In this clip, we're going to set up our plate in order to paint a little better our textures. So let me go to our texture set list, and I will go to the 1005 texture set. I will solo that one, and then I will frame that one there. So this will basically help us to focus on our plate, so we could work a little bit better here. So the whole idea here is that what you want to do is basically bring in a design that is going to be applied to this plate. That's how these gramophones used to work, and that's what we want to bring here. So in order to do that, what I want to do is go to our layers, and then I will add a fill layer. With this fill layer, the only channel that I want to focus is on the height. So for this reason, I will just turn off all of the other channels. And here we have this basic attribute or parameter that is going to drive our height. So in this moment, what we want to do is bring in a map with our design. So in order to do that, I will go to our shelf. I will go to this icon here, which will open our import resource window, and I will import a design that I create. So I have exported this into our stamp folder inside the Substance Painter files, and I will go here and you will find this plate stamp.jpg. So this is a little bit of the design I did. You can go ahead and create your own design, your own brand. At this moment, I will just bring this map here, which is a black and white map, and I will hit open. Then I will import as a texture, and then I will go here and import it into the current session. I will hit import, and this will bring in this map here. So now that we have the map imported into our textures, I will go back to our properties tab, and I will go to this height attribute, and I will load that texture. So I know that this is called plate, so let me type that there, and I will drive this. All right, so now we have applied that one, and you can tell it's doing a pretty good work. The next thing I want to do is basically center this a little bit better because it's a little bit offset of where we want to put the design. So now that we have this, let me show you what we can do. So the more intuitive thing to do here is just to bring a material, and we can assume that it will read all this height map in order to drive all the different attributes, and that's what you're expecting. However, let me show you just for a sec. Let me go to our smart materials and let me bring in any type of material. In this case, this bronze. So I will just drag this one here, and you can tell that what this will do is basically get rid of the height and will apply this material on top of it. And that's something that we don't want. So the best way that we're going to fix this is export this normal map before we recreate or rebake our maps. So let's get started. I will just get rid of this material here, and then what I want to do is hit Command-Shift-E on my keyboard, and this will open our export resources. So as you can tell, the export resources will not only export your textures, but will help exporting some additional maps that can help you to work on the project. So the first thing I want to do is go to configuration. I will hit this plus sign here, and this will create a new preset. So this preset is going to be normal exporter, or you can call it whatever you want. And then you're going to create a new RGB channel. And with that RGB channel created, you will go to the normal OpenGL, and you will drag that channel to this texture set. Then you will adopt the RGB channels, and then we're going to change the name to temp normal, and then we're going to add the texture set. And we're doing this because basically, later on, we're going to export our normal map, and we don't want to overwrite anything. So this is going to be just a temporal normal map. Now that we have this, let's go to export. Let me go and change our configuration. So I will go and look for the normal export, which should be here below. And then I will change my extension to TIFF, and then to 32 bits. All right, so now that we have set up that, we want to disable the other texture sets because we only want to get the normal map for that 1005 texture set. You can tell that now is temp normal 1005. And then I will go ahead and export this into our project directory. So let me go here to our project files, Maya files, source images, and then I will go ahead and export this into the Gramophone texture sets or texture folder. Here I will hit open, so it will spit out our texture there, and then I will hit export. So this will create our texture. It's gone really fast, as you can tell, and this has created a linearized map that we can bring it in back to Substance Painter. So I will hit OK. Then I could turn off this one here, and then I will go to our texture set settings. Here, what I want to do is basically bring in the new normal map. So I want to import that one as well. So I will open our import resource window. I will add the resource that we just export. So you can tell here, temp normal map. You can see that it's linearized, and then hit open. Then we're going to include this into the textures and then into our current session. And I will hit import. So now we have our map here on our texture sets. Then the next thing I want to do is go to this normal map and change that for the new imported one. So we know that it's called temp, so we can see that it is here, and then I will add it here. So now that we have this one, you can tell that is going back to our height channel. However, the next thing that you want to do is go to our bake texture sets here and bake again all your texture set based on this normal. So you don't want to bake the normal again, and you don't want to bake the ID channel neither. So then I will just pick the bake 10.05 texture set only, and this will run all these maps. Alright, so now we bake all of our additional maps based on this new normal map that we export. So now, if we go back to our layers, now we can get rid of this height here. And then let me bring in a new smart material. So let me go to our smart materials tab, and let's bring the same bronze material and see the comparison of what we get. So right now you can tell that all the detail of this design has been pushed in, and now we can mask this based on this pseudo geometry or this fake push of the geometry. So I will just stop this clip here, and in the next clip, having this setup ready for us, I will start working on the actual materials for this plate.